Welcome to Legacy Coins USA, where America history speaks through coins, and today you are stepping into the world of the Washington dollar legacy. In this video, we reveal the top 6 most important Washington dollar coins that shaped United States coinage power, design, and value. From liberty and faith to mint history and collector worth. Stay connected, stay curious, and get ready to discover why Washington coins continue to dominate numismatics right here on Legacy Coins USA. The first up, the Washington quarter dollar is one of the most recognized coins ever produced by the United States of America, and the 1979 D quarter carries forward a legacy that began centuries earlier when the young nation sought symbols of unity, strength, and democratic ideals. This coin is more than everyday money. It is a moving historical artifact that reflects American values, tradition, and trust in liberty. The obverse of the 1979 D Washington quarter features the powerful left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, a design originally created by sculptor John Flanagan. This portrait was selected to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, and over time it became a permanent symbol of leadership, independence, and national identity. Above Washington head appears the word liberty, a single word that carries immense meaning, representing freedom, self-rule, and the foundation of the American Republic. Below the portrait, the phrase, "I in God we trust," reflects the spiritual and moral principles that guided the nation during times of challenge, growth, and transformation. The reverse of a 1979 D quarter displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace. Above the eagle is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This phrase perfectly captures the idea of unity among diverse states, cultures, and people. Surrounding the eagle are the words United States of America and quarter dollar, clearly identifying the issuing nation and denomination. This reverse design became a familiar sight in American commerce for decades, serving as a constant reminder of federal authority and shared national purpose. The 1979 D mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most productive facilities in the United States mint system. The Denver Mint played a crucial role in meeting circulation demands during the late 20th century when coin usage remained high across the country. During the 1970s, the United States economy faced inflation, rising metal costs, and changing public attitudes toward currency. These conditions influenced how coins were produced, handled, and saved, making circulation-era quarters like the 1979 D historically significant within modern numismatics. This quarter is composed of a copper core sandwiched between 2 layers of copper-nickel, a clad composition introduced in the mid-1960s to replace silver. The shift marked a major transformation in American coinage, reflecting economic realities and the need for cost efficiency. With a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge, the Washington quarter maintained consistent physical specifications, allowing it to function seamlessly in vending machines, cash registers, and banking systems across the nation. Millions of 1979 D quarters were produced, making it a common circulation coin at the time. However, survival in high-grade condition is far more limited, as most examples experienced heavy wear from everyday use over many decades. Numismatists evaluate this coin based on strike quality, luster, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal. Coins that were carefully stored or preserved immediately after minting are far more desirable than heavily circulated examples. While most 1979 D quarters are worth face value, in worn condition, uncirculated examples command significantly higher premiums, especially those exhibiting strong mint luster, sharp details, and minimal contact marks. Collectors pay close attention to potential errors and varieties such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet anomalies, as these rare characteristics can dramatically increase collector interest and market value. The Denver Mint was known for producing strong strikes during this era, but variations still occurred, making each coin a unique product of its moment in minting history. The Washington Quarter Series itself has deep roots dating back to 1932, and the 1979 D issue represents a bridge between classic design tradition and the modern era of mass coin production. Many collectors pursue date and mint mark sets, and the 1979 quarter is an essential component for anyone completing a comprehensive Washington quarter collection. Beyond its monetary value, this coin holds educational importance, helping new collectors understand grading standards, composition changes, and the evolution of United States coinage. The phrase, "In God We Trust," became an official national motto, and its placement on this coin reinforces how currency serves as both economic instrument and cultural messenger. Over time, Washington quarters have also become symbols of everyday American life, passing through countless hands, witnessing historical moments from economic shifts to cultural change. For long-term collectors, condition is everything. A brilliant uncirculated 1979 quarter preserved in original mint state stands as a time capsule from the late 20th century. Coin albums, rolls, and protective holders have helped preserve examples that now serve as reference pieces for researchers, historians, and enthusiasts. The continued popularity of the Washington quarter ensures that even common date coins remain relevant within the hobby, connecting beginners and advanced collectors alike. As interest in numismatics grows worldwide, coins like the 1979 quarter gain renewed appreciation for their artistry, history, and role in shaping daily commerce. This quarter may appear ordinary at first glance, but its design, symbolism, production background, and collector significance reveal a rich, layered story rooted in American heritage. In the end, the 1979 Washington quarter stands as a lasting reminder that even everyday coins carry powerful stories of liberty, unity, faith, and national identity waiting to be discovered by those who choose to look closer. The Washington quarter dollar has long served as a daily symbol of American strength and tradition, and the 1981 quarter stands as a quiet witness to a transformative era in United States history when economic pressure, modern minting practices, and public trust all intersected in a single circulating coin. The obverse of the 1981 Washington quarter features the timeless left-facing portrait of George Washington, a figure whose leadership laid the foundation of a nation. This image was created by sculptor John Flanagan and reflects dignity, resolve, and the enduring spirit of liberty. Above Washington portrait appears the word liberty, representing freedom, independence, and the core principle upon which the United States was built. Beneath the portrait is the phrase, "In God We Trust," a motto that expresses faith, guidance, and moral conviction deeply rooted in American culture. The reverse of the coin presents a majestic eagle with wings spread wide, a symbol of national power, protection, and vigilance. Clutched in its talons are arrows and olive branches, showing the balance between strength and peace. Encircling the eagle are the words "United States of America" and quarter dollar, clearly stating the issuing authority and denomination, while above the eagle rests the Latin motto "E pluribus unum," meaning out of many one, emphasizing unity among the states. The D Mint mark found on this quarter indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, a facility known for high volume output and reliable striking quality during the late 20th century. The year 1981 was a challenging period for the United States economy. Inflation, interest rates, and changing monetary habits influenced how Americans viewed and used their coins. By this time, quarters were no longer made of silver. Instead, the 1981 quarter was struck in a clad composition featuring a copper core bonded between two layers of copper-nickel, a change introduced to control rising metal costs. This quarter measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter with a reeded edge and a weight designed to meet vending and banking standards across the nation. Although millions of 1981 quarters were struck, most entered immediate circulation and experienced wear, which makes high-grade surviving examples significantly more desirable to collectors today. Numismatists study this coin closely for strike sharpness, surface quality, and original mint luster. Uncirculated pieces often show brilliant shine and crisp details that separate them from common worn examples. The Denver Mint in 1981 operated under high production demand, which sometimes resulted in minor variations, making each coin a product of both precision and pressure. Collectors often search for mint errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, weak strikes, or double details, as these unusual features can elevate a common coin into a prized collectible. The Washington Quarter Series itself began in 1932, and by 1981 it had become one of the longest-running and most familiar coin designs in American history. The 1981 D quarter plays an important role for collectors completing date and mint mark sets, particularly for those focusing on modern clad coinage. While circulated examples generally hold face value, uncirculated specimens graded in higher mint state levels can command premiums depending on demand and preservation. Coins preserved in original rolls, mint sets, or protective holders tend to show superior condition and stronger collector appeal compared to loose circulated pieces. The phrase, "In God we trust," gained even deeper meaning during times of economic uncertainty, reinforcing the idea that coins carry emotional and cultural messages beyond their monetary function. For many Americans, the Washington Quarter represented everyday commerce, grocery purchases, fuel transactions, and small exchanges, making it one of the most touched artifacts of daily life. From a historical perspective, the 1981 D quarter captures a snapshot of late Cold War America when national identity, stability, and trust were reflected even in pocket change. As numismatics continues to grow, globally modern-era quarters are increasingly studied, appreciated, and preserved for their design continuity and historical relevance. Collectors today recognize that condition rarity within grade and originality are the true drivers of value rather than age alone. The Washington portrait on this coin connects generations, reminding collectors and historians alike of leadership, sacrifice, and the founding vision of the United States. Every 1981 D quarter tells a silent story of production, circulation, and survival shaped by time, handling, and chance. What appears to be an ordinary coin reveals extraordinary meaning when examined through a numismatic lens, blending history, economics, artistry, and national symbolism. In conclusion, the 1981 D Washington Quarter is more than a simple piece of change. It is a durable emblem of liberty, unity, faith, and American heritage preserved in metal. Next up, the 1983 D Washington Quarter is one of the most misunderstood coins in modern American numismatics because at first glance it looks like ordinary pocket change, yet behind its simple appearance lies a story shaped by economic pressure, minting decisions, and collector scarcity. This coin belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter Series, which began in 1932, and by 1983 had become a daily companion for millions of Americans, representing trust, stability, and national continuity during a time of change. On the obverse stands the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a portrait chosen not only to honor the first president, but to symbolize leadership, restraint, and the foundation of the American Republic. Above the portrait, the word liberty speaks to freedom, independence, and self-governance, while the phrase, "In God we trust," below Washington reminds viewers of the moral and spiritual ideals embedded within United States coinage. The reverse of the 1983 D quarter features the powerful American eagle with wings extended, holding arrows and olive branches, a visual balance of strength and peace that reflects national defense and diplomatic intention. Encircling the eagle are the words United States of America and quarter dollar, identifying both authority and value, while E pluribus unum above the eagle expresses unity formed from many states and diverse people. The D mint mark on this quarter reveals it was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility known for its massive output and critical role in keeping American commerce flowing during the early 1980s. The year 1983 holds special importance because the United States Mint did not issue official uncirculated mint sets, creating an unexpected scarcity of high-grade coins from this year. Because of this decision, most 1983 D quarters entered circulation immediately and were exposed to heavy where making true, uncirculated examples surprisingly rare today. The coin is struck in a clad composition featuring a solid copper core layered between outer shells of copper-nickel, a structure designed for durability and cost efficiency after the removal of silver from circulating coinage. This quarter measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter with a reeded edge, allowing it to function reliably in vending machines, banks, and commercial systems nationwide. Collectors evaluating this coin focus heavily on condition since worn examples usually remain common, while sharply struck pieces with original luster become highly desirable. Surface marks, weak strikes, and circulation damage greatly reduce value, which is why pristine examples preserved from rolls or hoards attract strong attention. The Denver Mint produced these coins in large numbers, yet production speed sometimes resulted in minor imperfections that today serve as identifiers of minting history. Error varieties such as off-center strikes, planchet flaws, or weakly defined details can dramatically elevate the desirability of an otherwise common coin. Numismatists often consider the 1983D quarter a sleeper coin because many were overlooked for decades before collectors realized how difficult high-grade pieces are to locate. The Washington Quarter Series provides collectors with a visual timeline of American history, and the 1983 issue reflects a nation stabilizing after economic turbulence. During this period, inflation, interest rates, and industrial shifts influenced how Americans saved, spent, and viewed money, giving additional historical context to this coin. The phrase, "In God We Trust," took on deeper emotional meaning during times of uncertainty, reinforcing the idea that coins carry symbolic reassurance beyond face value. For many people, this quarter passed through countless hands at grocery stores, gas stations, and small businesses, becoming part of everyday American life. Modern collectors now search bankrolls, estate holdings, and old collections, hoping to uncover untouched 1983D quarters hiding in plain sight. Third-party grading has further highlighted the importance of condition rarity as certified mint state examples command strong premiums. This coin teaches an important numismatic lesson that age alone does not define value, but survival quality and historical context do. The enduring image of Washington on this quarter connects generations, linking the founding era to the modern age through a single enduring design. What appears ordinary becomes extraordinary when examined through a numismatic lens, revealing economic decisions, mint policies, and collector discovery. In the end, the 1983D Washington Quarter stands as a quiet yet powerful reminder that even everyday coins can become rare, historic treasures over time. Next coin. The 1991D Washington Quarter represents a significant chapter in modern United States coinage as it captures the convergence of tradition, circulation demands, and collector interest during the early 1990s when American coinage continued to evolve while maintaining the iconic designs that have defined it for decades. The obverse of this quarter presents the classic portrait of George Washington sculpted by John Flanagan, a portrait that has endured through generations, reflecting the dignity and determination of the first president of the United States. The image communicates leadership, vision, and the ideals of a nation built on liberty. Above the portrait, the word liberty stands as a reminder of freedom and the democratic principles foundational to the United States, while the motto, "In God We Trust," below Washington emphasizes the spiritual and ethical principles that the nation has embraced in its history and governance. The reverse of the coin features the heraldic American eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows, and an olive branch demonstrating the dual nature of defense and peace. This powerful symbol is framed by the words United States of America and quarter dollar, signaling its authority and monetary value, and topped by the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, signifying unity, from diversity, a concept central to the American identity. The D Mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most productive facilities in the United States mint system during this period, responsible for meeting the circulation needs of a growing economy while also producing coins for collectors. The 1990s saw significant attention to coin production quality as collectors increasingly demanded high-grade pieces preserved for future generations, which influenced how coins were handled, packaged, and distributed. This quarter, like all Washington quarters minted after 1965, was composed of a clad structure with a copper core bonded between layers of copper-nickel, providing durability, resistance to wear, and cost efficiency, while removing the previous reliance on silver. With a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge, the 1991D quarter maintained standard specifications, ensuring consistency for circulation, vending machines, and banking systems across the country. Millions of this date were struck, And while most entered everyday circulation, uncirculated and high-grade examples are more limited, making them highly desirable for collectors who understand the significance of preservation. Collectors often evaluate the 1991 D quarter based on luster, surface preservation, strike quality, and overall eye appeal as coins with minimal handling, brilliant surfaces, and sharp detail command premium attention. The Denver Mint during this period produced coins with remarkable consistency, but minor production variations sometimes occurred, creating subtle identifiers that collectors use to distinguish exceptional pieces from typical circulation coins. Error coins, including off-center strikes, planchet defects, or double dies, are particularly sought after by numismatists, as these anomalies turn a standard coin into a rare collectible of significant value. This coin belongs to a broader Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932, and by 1991 had become a staple of American commerce and collector interest, bridging the gap between historic coinage and modern production methods. High-grade examples preserved in original mint state rolls or protective holders are particularly important because they provide a glimpse into how the mint originally intended the coin to appear, capturing brilliance, detail, and texture. The circulation of the 1991 D quarter reflects the daily life of Americans as it passed through countless hands in stores, banks, vending machines, and personal transactions, connecting individuals to the nation's economic rhythm. From a historical perspective, this quarter represents late 20th century American values, stability, and economic confidence following a decade of changes in monetary policy and coin composition. Numismatically, the 1991 D quarter demonstrates the importance of survival, condition, and market demand rather than merely age, highlighting how modern collectors prioritize quality over rarity in some cases. The presence of liberty on the obverse reinforces the enduring American commitment to freedom, while "I in God We Trust" reminds collectors and users alike that coins carry both practical and symbolic significance. Collectors seeking to complete date and mint mark sets must include the 1991 D, as it is an essential piece that reflects both circulation trends and the continuity of design in the Washington Quarter series. Modern grading systems allow enthusiasts to precisely evaluate coin quality and assign value based on criteria including strike clarity, surface imperfections, luster, and eye appeal, making the 1991 D quarter a practical subject for education and collection. Roll hunting, estate searches, and private collections are common ways collectors locate high-grade or uncirculated examples of this coin, adding excitement and challenge to numismatic pursuits. Despite its common appearance, the 1991 D quarter carries significant educational value for those studying coin history, minting processes, design evolution, and collector markets. Coins from this period also help illustrate how monetary systems interact with public habits, showing how design, composition, and availability impact usage and long-term preservation. While circulated coins are worth face value, collector attention to higher grade or error specimens can result in a range of values, emphasizing the importance of condition and rarity in numismatics. This Washington Quarter connects generations of Americans, from those who used it daily to collectors who preserve it for historical and financial appreciation, making it a living piece of heritage. Its design continuity reminds viewers that even in a modern era, the aesthetic and symbolic choices made by the mint carry the weight of tradition, reflecting the ideals of a nation in a small, tangible object. In conclusion, the 1991 D Washington Quarter is far more than currency. It is a bridge between everyday commerce, national identity, and collector culture, a small metal artifact telling a rich story of history, design, value, and preservation. Next up, the 1996 D Washington Quarter represents an important period in modern United States coinage, reflecting a time when collectors' circulation needs and national symbolism intersected in a single coin that millions of Americans carried in their pockets every day. The obverse of this quarter features the enduring portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, a sculptor whose work captures both the strength and dignity of the first president of the United States. Above his head, the word liberty communicates freedom, independence, and the democratic principles that define the nation. Beneath Washington's portrait, the motto, "In God We Trust," reinforces the spiritual and moral framework upon which American society is built, a phrase that has been a constant reminder of faith and guidance throughout centuries of coin production. On the reverse of the coin, a heraldic eagle spreads, its wings widely clutching arrows, and an olive branch demonstrating the balance between strength and peace. This imagery reflects the core values of the nation and its preparedness to defend itself while maintaining hope for diplomacy. Encircling the eagle are the words "United States of America" and "quarter dollar," indicating the issuing authority and denomination, while the Latin motto "E pluribus unum" sits above, symbolizing unity among a diverse population and the coming together of many states into one nation. The D Mint mark denotes that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility responsible for producing a high volume of coins during the 1990s while maintaining consistent quality for both circulation and collectors. The 1990s marked a period of strong interest in modern coinage as collectors began paying closer attention to condition, mint marks, and subtle variations that distinguished ordinary coins from exceptional examples worthy of preservation. The 1996 D Washington quarter is composed of a clad structure featuring a solid copper core sandwiched between layers of copper-nickel, a design introduced after the removal of silver from circulating quarters in the mid-1960s to reduce production costs and maintain durability. With a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge, the coin met precise specifications that allowed it to function reliably in vending machines, banking systems, and day-to-day commerce while maintaining aesthetic appeal. Millions of this quarter were struck, making it widely available, but high-grade, uncirculated specimens are significantly rarer, as most examples entered circulation immediately and experienced everyday wear. Collectors often assess this coin for luster, surface preservation, strike sharpness, and eye appeal as the condition heavily influences value, with pristine mint state examples commanding premiums in the marketplace. The Denver Mint was known for strong, consistent strikes, yet production volume occasionally produced subtle variations and minor imperfections that today serve as identifiers for astute collectors. Error varieties such as off-center strikes, planchet flaws, and double dies can turn a common 1996 D quarter into a rare collectible commanding substantial attention among numismatists. As part of the broader Washington Quarter series initiated in 1932, the 1996 D represents a continuity of design that bridges the early, commemorative intentions with the modern age of coin collecting and circulation. High-grade examples preserved in rolls, mint sets, or protective holders allow collectors to experience the coin as originally struck, capturing brilliance, sharp detail, and surface texture. The circulation of this quarter demonstrates how American coins have served as daily tools of commerce, while simultaneously carrying symbolic meaning that reflects the nation's history and values. From grocery stores to banks, the 1996 D Washington quarter passed through countless hands, quietly witnessing daily life while maintaining the artistic and symbolic standards of mint. This quarter captures a snapshot of late 20th century America, when stability, economic growth, and national identity were reflected even in pocket change used every day. Collectors today recognize that survival, condition, and rarity define a coin's numismatic value more than age alone, making uncirculated or minimally handled 1996 D quarters highly desirable. The word liberty reminds viewers of the enduring principles of freedom and self-determination, while "In God We Trust" continues to represent the spiritual heritage embedded in American coinage. Numismatists often target the 1996 D quarter to complete date and mint mark collections, emphasizing the importance of each mint location and production year in historical context. Modern grading techniques allow collectors to assign precise values based on strike clarity, surface integrity, and overall eye appeal, highlighting the importance of meticulous preservation for long-term value. Roll hunting, estate collection searches, and mint set preservation are common ways collectors acquire high-grade examples of this coin, adding excitement and challenge to the hobby. Despite being a common circulation coin, the 1996 D Washington quarter provides significant educational value, helping enthusiasts understand coin composition, minting processes, and market valuation. Collectors Also appreciate that this coin demonstrates how design, production, and survival intersect to determine rarity and significance even in modern-era coins. While worn examples generally hold face value, uncirculated coins or those with notable errors can command premiums based on market demand, condition, and collector interest. The enduring portrait of George Washington links the founding era to modern times, reminding collectors and viewers of historical continuity preserved in a small but significant object. Even ordinary circulated quarters tell a story of production, economic context, and historical moments, making the 1996 D a key teaching tool for numismatists and educators. The 1996 D Washington quarter may seem simple at first glance, but its design, minting history, circulation patterns, and collector significance combine to make it a truly remarkable piece of United States heritage. In the end, this coin represents more than currency. It is a symbol of liberty, faith, unity, and American tradition preserved in metal, bridging everyday commerce and collector appreciation for generations to come. The last one, the 1997 D Washington quarter, represents a fascinating chapter in the history of United States coinage, a period where modern circulation demands, collector attention, and enduring design intersected to create a coin that continues to capture interest decades after it left the Denver Mint. The obverse of this coin features the iconic portrait of George Washington sculpted by John Flanagan, a design that has defined the Washington Quarter series. Since its introduction, the portrait captures the dignity, resolve, and leadership qualities of the first president of the United States. Above Washington's head, the word liberty reminds collectors and users alike of the core principles of freedom and independence that underpin American society, while the motto, "I in God we trust," below the portrait emphasizes the ethical and spiritual ideals that have been part of American coinage for centuries. The reverse showcases the heraldic eagle, wings fully spread, clutching arrows, and an olive branch demonstrating both the nation's preparedness for defense and its desire for peace. This powerful symbol has remained a defining image on quarters and communicates the balance between strength and diplomacy. Encircling the eagle are the words United States of America and quarter dollar, which clearly identify the coin's authority and denomination, while above the eagle, the Latin motto E pluribus unum emphasizes unity among diverse states and the harmony of the federal system. The D Mint mark on this coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility recognized for high-volume output and consistent quality that has contributed to the circulation of billions of coins while also producing special collector pieces. The 1990s marked a period of growing interest in coin collecting as modern quarters began to gain value not for age alone, but for condition, mint marks, and production quality, highlighting the importance of careful handling and preservation. The 1997 D quarter is struck in a copper-nickel clad composition with a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of copper-nickel, a design introduced in the mid-1960s to replace silver while providing durability and cost efficiency in daily circulation. Measuring 24.3 millimeters in diameter with a reeded edge, this quarter maintained uniform specifications, enabling its use in vending machines, banking systems, and everyday commerce, while also appealing aesthetically to collectors. Millions of these quarters were produced, making them widely circulated, but high-grade, uncirculated examples are much less common, making them highly desirable for collectors who understand the value of preservation and condition. Collectors evaluate this coin for luster, surface preservation, strike quality, and overall eye appeal, as coins that have retained brilliance and sharp detail are significantly more valuable than worn circulated pieces. Despite the large mintage, subtle production variations can be found, including minor die differences or planchet inconsistencies, which can be of interest to numismatists as they document minting practices and quality control during this period. Error coins such as off-center strikes, double dies, or minor planchet flaws can dramatically increase the coin's collectible value by turning an otherwise common coin into a rare and sought-after piece. As part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932, the 1997 D represents the ongoing continuity of a design that bridges historical tradition with modern minting standards. High-grade examples preserved in original rolls, mint sets, or protective holders offer collectors the chance to see the coin as it was intended to appear when freshly struck, with sharp details, surface luster, and original texture. The circulation of this quarter reflects the daily life of Americans as it passed through countless hands in stores, banks, and everyday transactions, quietly connecting ordinary people to the nation's economy and culture. Historically, the 1997 D quarter represents an era of stability and continuity in American coinage, reflecting a period when economy and mint practices were reliable and predictable for both collectors and the public. Collectors recognize that survival, condition, and mint state define a coin's value more than age alone, making uncirculated or minimally handled 1997 D quarters highly sought after. The word liberty above the portrait serves as a constant reminder of freedom and the ideals that shaped the nation, while "I in God We Trust" emphasizes the moral and spiritual framework of the United States. Numismatists frequently include this coin when completing date and mint mark collections, as the 1997 D represents both a modern-era mintage and an essential component of the broader Washington Quarter series. Grading techniques allow enthusiasts to evaluate the coin with precision, considering strike clarity, surface quality, and eye appeal, all factors that directly influence collectible value in the market. Roll hunting, estate collection searches, and preservation in protective holders are common ways collectors obtain high-grade examples of this coin, keeping the hobby exciting and competitive. Although ordinary circulated examples retain face value, uncirculated coins, and those with errors often command premiums, demonstrating the intersection of rarity, condition, and market demand. The Washington portrait on this quarter continues to link the first president to modern collectors and users, connecting past leadership with contemporary numismatic study. Even coins that were used daily tell a story of production, circulation, and history, turning the 1997 D quarter into a teaching tool for both collectors and historians. This coin illustrates how mint, design, production quality, and careful preservation intersect to create both functional currency and a collectible artifact that reflects national identity. The 1997 D Washington Quarter demonstrates that ordinary coins can become extraordinary when considered through the lens of numismatics history and collector value. In conclusion, this quarter represents more than a medium of exchange. It embodies liberty, faith, unity, and American tradition preserved in metal, bridging everyday commerce and long-term collector appreciation for generations.